So I'm gonna play around with this eyeshadow palette. And I'm gonna just show you guys how to blend, how I blend my eyeshadows. That's what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna start with Momentum. I'm gonna just put that right here. This is like super impromptu as well. Like I literally had no intentions on ever doing this, but you know, whatever. So there's that shade there. It's like a, you know, pretty little yogurt shade. Put a little bit more. Just like right there. Let's use Libra. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna just start packing. This is so freaking pretty. I'm gonna just start packing this. And then blend up just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take Off Balance. And I'm gonna just pat this right in here. So I'm gonna start going into the crease. Right now, using the shade Hot Mess, I'm gonna take a smaller brush and I'm gonna start packing that. Packing, like using sweeping motions. So I'm doing like patting and sweeping motions at the same time. So usually I would pat on and then I would start to like blend. So I'm gonna bring this up to about there. Yeah, to like about there. So I'm looking straight because I want to see right where this shadow is going to be hidden in my like little hooded eye. So first I will look down and then start blending in here. And then I'm gonna go up into that crease. So right where I want the most pigment, that's where I will start, and then I'm gonna bring the remainder up. And then I just love sweeping it out. It's like super pretty. And then I'm gonna look straight. And then I'm gonna start diffusing that out. Now that I've gotten the color there, I'm gonna start diffusing it out. I'm gonna start pulling it up just a little bit. So now I'm gonna go in with an even deeper shade. This is Vortex. I'm gonna actually start mixing it with Hot Mess. And then I'm gonna pat that right there. I'm gonna go back with my first brush. I'm gonna start diffusing. So I'm using swirly motions and I'm blending up and pulling it out. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Libra. So I don't want to lose that color. That also helps with my blend. Okay, I'm gonna just go in with Vortex alone, just a little bit, and right there. because I should be able to look straight on and I should see more intensity, more of that deeper shade right in there. And then of course, pulling it out. I'm gonna go into Momentum. I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of Libra. I'm gonna kind of mix those two colors together. And I'm just gonna pat that. Creating like this little shape here. There we go. All right. A smaller brush. I'm gonna go over this. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Hot Mess. I'm just putting it right there. And then I'm gonna go into Vortex. And then I love to do this. I'm gonna look down, just kind of wiggle this into my lash line. Smoky out here. And then we have lighter shades up there as well. So I go back and forth with my colors, always. I'm gonna go back into Momentum and Libra. And I'm gonna put that right there. And then I'm gonna start to blend it just like right there. Now I'm gonna take something more like a brow brush, like an angled brush. And I'm gonna go into Vortex and Hot Mess. I'm gonna mix those two together. And then again, I'm gonna go into the lash line. Actually, I'm gonna just use Vortex. Not so good. I'm actually gonna just wing it out a little bit. Like that. And then, so now I'm gonna take one of these beautiful glitters, and I think I'm gonna use Super Moon, which is this really, really pretty, it's like a goldish, silvery white looking color. I'm gonna take the same brush here that I was using for on the lid in the first place. Spray my brush. Ooh. And then I'm gonna go into with Supernova, just right there. I'm gonna use my finger, and I'm gonna go back into Super Moon. With Supernova, kind of overlapping them a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my little brush again. I'm gonna go with Vortex and Hot Mess. I'm gonna just make sure that this is intensified right out here. That way it also blends. But sometimes I'll even take whatever the colors and just kind of sweep it over just a little bit. That way I still get that really nice fade. And then I'm also going to go back with my first brush, and I want this to be a little bit more diffused. So I'm gonna do something like that. And then I'm gonna go back into one of the shimmers and I'm gonna just put it right on top. I'm doing this because I don't want it to look choppy. I don't know if you can tell. There we go. All right, so I just primed my bottom lash line. So I'm gonna go back into the same brush here. Remember, I'm using all of one palette. I don't wanna use a whole bunch of different palettes. I'm going to start with Libra. And I'm gonna bring that down a little lower. Then I'm gonna go into Hot Mess. Gonna bring it a little closer to the lash line. Okay. And when I wanna go even deeper, even closer to the lash line, I'm gonna use that same brush, that flat one, that angled one. And I'm gonna get right up under my lashes. I'm gonna keep it like about right there. My brush, I'm gonna go back with my brush. I wanna just diffuse. Using Hot Mess. Back into Vortex, and I'm gonna intensify my upper lash line. And the lash I'm gonna use is Classy Bitch. You guys, you already know because I've already talked about this lash on my stories. My Shop Social Muse, the Nay Glam. I love, love, love her. So personally, I would never, and I mean I would never put on mascara first, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna just use a little bit of my Better Than Sex mascara. And I'm gonna just do like the lightest layer. I'm gonna put my glue on my lashes while that is drying, because you know you need to let it get tacky. So while I'm gonna put that to the side, I'm gonna use this nude liner. And this is by, I don't know, Skin. Yes. I'm gonna put that into my waterline. So this was the moment that I pretty much fucked up. This liner was like over 3 years old and my eyes were red for like 3 days afterwards. So it looks like that. I think I'm actually gonna do something a little differently too. I'm gonna go back into the palette and I'm gonna use Libra. Or should I use Utopia? Let's use Libra. Oh, that's pretty. And I'm gonna use, the heck, what? Let's go ahead and just use Cosmic. Put that right there. My lashes should be about ready now. And then that's it. We have a bomb eye. Go ahead and just use Cosmic. Put that right there. Tell me this is not bomb. Like, I'm mad that I didn't do my whole face. But it's okay, I just want to show you guys the power of makeup. All right, thanks, bye guys.